Leonie, who's a channel manager at ISERO, and well, she will do her own introduction of the company as well. And please, Leonie, tell us all about the practical experiments you are doing, and also how that affects your company's vision on the use of data and the use of AI. Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Leonie Jansen and I'm an online marketeer, not a channel manager, but it's its name, at ISERO, and I'm going to show you how we started, a very practical approach of how we started with AI at ISERO. ISERO is a technical wholesaler in iron Montgomery and construction products. So for iron Montgomery, you have to think about screws, nails, chains, everything with iron in it. We focus on B2B customers. That's our target audience. Consumers are also welcome to buy something, but it's not our target audience. And we specialize in certain article groups, which are hinges and locks, tools, iron Montgomery and fasteners, workwear, and PPE. And PPE is personal protection equipment. Think of face masks, gloves, fall protection. And I see here we say 69 branches, but it's 71 branches already through the whole Netherlands. Small logistics summary. Our distribution center is in Waddinxveen, which is very well known internationally. If not, it's next to Gouda, which is in the west of the Netherlands. And I want to point out 2 bullet points in the sheet, and that is we have 50,000 products in stock and 150,000 products orderable. So I think that's a lot. We have an omni-channel strategy, so we don't mind if a customer checks a product on our website to see if we have it and then go to the store to buy it, or calls or WhatsApps, or anyhow, if they buy the product with us, we don't mind that they don't always use the online channel. All the channels should help each other. And then the question why we choose for an algorithm for our web shop, and that was very, very practical and simple because we needed a solution for our cross and upsell suggestions to fill them all. As I already said, we have 50,000 products in stock and 150,000 products which are orderable. And we have a small team, and that small team was adding all the cross and upsells manually, which resulted in very time-consuming processes, and also it was never complete. Adding manually is also subjective. So my colleague thinks that this is the best cross or upsell for this product, but it was not checked with the data. It's static. So if there were new products or products would go end of life, so would go out of our stock, they would just disappear on the website and also in the cross and upsells. And as I already said, it's incomplete. So we needed a solution to fill all those upsells and cross sells, and that was where AI came in. AI is a one-time investment. To set it up is maybe a little bit more time than your colleagues spent on adding all those things manually, but eventually it will learn itself, because you say what he needs to calculate, and with adding new sales data and new product data, it will learn by itself what he needs to suggest. Also, you will have a reflection of the customer behavior because it's already sold to a customer in that way. And of course, you can say it's all complete. Every product can have a cross or upsell. Also good to mention, I forget that, is that our customers expect good up and cross sells on our website because they have B2C experiences, and also because they tell us in our NPS surveys that they expect not only cross and upsells on your P2P page, but also good cross and upsells. If they think they're not good, they also mention it. So to summarize, we want to fill our cross and upsell suggestions. And our goal here is to put the knowledge of our salesmen in the algorithm. So we want actually to digitalize our branch salesmen. And we were doing that, or we were going to do that. We are doing that now by using our own product and sales data and other data in the Spark algorithm. So it's all first-party data. And the challenge here is that the algorithm needs to put up with the knowledge and gut feeling of our salesmen. So if it shows something as a cross-sell or upsell, it should be the same product, which the guy behind the counter also would advise at for somebody. So a few things we have done as example, we tested with the strategy which sales source was better, so only branches or only online. And we guided the strategy in what he was allowed to show. So for example, with the cross-sell, you want to see not similar products, not the same kind of products. And for example, our customers who buy a screw are typically known that they also buy other screws in other dimensions, but you don't want to see that as a cross-sell, but as an alternative. So that's an example how I guided the strategy through what he was allowed to show. And now maybe for the most interesting part for the managers is how do you get your algorithm accepted by your organization? We started by checking manually the cross and upsells of every product in the top 100 most sold products. So literally exporting Excel files, and I was gathering my colleagues with practical knowledge and say, okay, I'm viewing this product. These products are being suggested by the algorithm. Is it correct? By doing that for the top 100 is mostly practical, but also if it is wrong what it shows, the customers will see that immediately because it's the most sold product. And also make sure you can answer logical when a colleague asks you why a certain product is being shown. So not the yes, that's something the algorithm does, because that doesn't help with accepting the algorithm and accepting the way we are using it. So for example, we decided that at first the algorithm was only allowed to show products in his output which were standard stock in our distribution center. So local stock of the branches was not calculated. So it's obvious when someone calls you and says, well, I have this in my branch and I think that's a better cross-sell than the one you're showing, that I can explain why the algorithm is showing that product and not his product. So how do you do that? We do it because we picked a tool which shows every step of the recommendation, every calculated step. I had a great sheet where I can show that, but I didn't put it in this presentation, sorry. I can send it afterwards if someone wants to know how it looks. But you have to see it as an organogram. I don't know if that's logical, but you have different blocks, and with all those blocks, you are saying to the algorithm what he needs to do. And because of that, you can click on every block, and every block can show you, okay, well, with this rule you're telling me right now, so if you're telling me I can only use the stock from the distribution center, and you're viewing this product, then I can show you these products as a cross-sell. So it's also working backwards. You get a certain result, and you can check backwards every step why a certain product is not shown, in which step it's being thrown out, for example. And even better, not only an AI algorithm tool which shows you the steps, but maybe one where you can build it yourself. It's easier than it sounds. Also here, what I already said in a few sheets back, it will cost some time to understand the algorithm, how it works. But if you know how it works, it will be much easier to add data or get new ideas to make new strategies. And Spark can do this, a little bit of advertisement. So in short, For an algorithm to be accepted, what my learnings are, is that you should know the why. So why is some product being shown? And because of that, so colleagues asked me questions and made suggestions. And because of that, these are a few examples. What we have to find, where we have to find a solution for, is that they already entered manually cross and upsells. So they said, well, I understand you want to let it be calculated by an algorithm, but we put work in there, so we want to see our work back. So we needed to find a solution for that. New products without sales history. If you say to your algorithm, you should show a product which is being sold most, and you have a new product, it will not have sales history, so it won't be shown. So we had to think of a solution for that as well. End of life products who go out of stock or go out of our assortment. If it goes out of our assortment, do we want to show it until it's really out? Do we want to show it, not show it anymore because we know it's going out of the assortment? Do we want to put the product which is in place 2 as a recommendation in place 1, or is there a replacement for the product which goes out of stock or out of the assortment? So these are all things you have to think about, and maybe tell the algorithms that he has to check for the replacement first. If there's not a replacement, then you're going to pick second product and put it in the first. Funny thing, what we saw is that coffee is a cross-sell for literally any product we sell. So with every product, even if it was a big machine or it was a small screw, coffee was a cross-sell. So we understand it, but we choose to take that one out of the cross-sells and maybe put it somewhere like in your shopping cart or anything, like, do you also need coffee? But that was a funny thing which occurred there. And yeah, I think that's a summary of how we implemented AI and how we got our organization convinced that it's a good thing, because I think that's the most, how do you say that, rewarding sign is that our colleagues eventually were opening the website to check what a cross-sell was or what an alternative was for a certain product in the ERP system they were adding to their ticket, to their selling order. And eventually they asked if the algorithm could also be built in the ERP itself. So they don't have to go to the website, but they can check in the ERP with one click what the cross-sells were. And that happened. So it's in the ERP system right now. And a nice thing about that is because it's in the ERP, it was easier for us to also calculate the stock of the branch itself. So not only they see the products which are for the distribution center standard stock, but also their own.